My name is Dexter Simms. I am a father at first and foremost, and I'm also a CEO and director of a global brand called Moolah Cake. And I'm a serial entrepreneur as I have many other entities, and I also run two charities. So I have three children. They're all 3 years apart. I have a 16-year-old young man. I have a 12-year-old young daughter and a 10-year-old little boy. Fatherhood means so much. Fatherhood means being someone who they can rely on, being someone who protects, being someone who provides, being someone who I believe I'm my children's first role model. And to be all and end all, I want to be my children's only role model, to be honest. And that's me stating that I love what I stand for. I love the love in the world. And I've always wanted to become the best version of myself. So if I can be that role model to my children to make sure they love their self and become the best versions of their self, then that's all I can ask for, really. Honestly, my life was a lot different when I had my first child. I was a whole different person. I was in a total different lifestyle. But what I did see within myself was something that my actual dad installed into me. And I think it's very important that I highlight my father because he was a father. He was always there, regardless of what he was going through, regardless of what lifestyle he was living, he was always a father to me. And when I became a father, I realized it was my dad that made me know, no matter what you're doing, you still have time and you still are capable of being a father. When I really go back into my mindset and think, okay, I was 21, I just had a child, and I just registered my first entertainment company. My first actual business, my first limited company, I registered when I was 21, and that's when I had my child. So I realized that it was the time for independence. It was the time for growth. It wasn't the time just to make money. It was the time to maintain money. It was the time to build something for yourself. And you know, how many years down the line, I'm now an award-winning businessman, an award-winning entrepreneur. I still have that first company I registered in 2003. In the Streets Entertainment as an entertainment company. And it feels great to me to know within a year and a half, I'm going to be able to put my first child's name on one of those companies. When I start speaking, a lot of my Black community might not like me because I'm very open. You know, we like to blame, we like to point the finger. There could be bitter baby mothers. They could be whatless dads. They could be bad children. It doesn't matter of the equation. What really matters is the child being looked out for? Is the child being provided for? Is the child being taught? Has the child got visual role models? Has the child been shown not to do or what to do? Because in society now, we blame a lot of what's happening on children, meaning, you know, the knife crime, what they're doing, and they're causing our streets hell. But these children came from parents. And what I've always said is, these children all have a father. I'm not pointing the finger at anything. But what I am saying is what I can visually see. I see a lot of women crying. Their children are dying. Their children are missing. They don't know what to do. I see a lot of parents asking for help. What I don't see is a lot of Black fathers standing up and being accounted for. And I won't say none because I'm one of them. And I see many of them. But I don't see enough Black fathers, standing up and taking responsibility, stating I wasn't a male figure in that child's life, so therefore they've gone out and believed they are a man themselves when they haven't been shown what a man actually is. That's a father's responsibility. I haven't seen many fathers come out and state, I have tried everything I can with my son. And I'm very sorry he is out there causing havoc to the world. But I want the world to know I don't condone it. I haven't seen any fathers come out and say, as much as I am not with my children's mum, I am trying my best and I need support. If you can support me, I will be a better dad. I don't see a lot of fathers doing a lot of stuff. And that's what upsets me. Because our fathers, to me, they're the answer. This is why I play so many father figures. I'm a father to like, I don't know, 12 kids. I'm an uncle to like 40 kids. But I don't care. Because if they ain't got a dad or ain't got a father or a male role model, I'm going to be that. Because that child didn't ask to be here. That child wants to be better. That child wants to know more. But a mum can only do what they can. So my message, loud and clear to black fathers especially, let's stop, allowing the media, because this is what we're doing. Sorry about my passion, but this is serious to my heart. We're allowing the media to say that black fathers are never in the homes. Why? Because we're never in the homes. We are allowing our children to go out there and commit crimes and be a certain way. Because we're not in the children's life dealing with them and disciplining them. We are allowing the mothers to suffer alone because of the relationships that we have. I don't miss parents' evening. I don't miss Christmas plays. Right now, listen carefully. Right now, I've demanded a meeting at my son's school and they've said, sorry, we're just waiting to hear back from the mother. I said, excuse me, the mother never called no meeting. This is the dad's business right here. Yeah? The dad's coming in to deal with my son feeling uncomfortable. Because no matter what in this world, my son is never going to make to be feel uncomfortable. Dads are doing what they need to do. Listen what we need to do. We need to build some dad calendars. We need to build some dad parties, some dad park events. Yeah, we need to highlight each other because we are the real kings. The real dads are the real kings because the real dads look after the children, but the real dads always look after the woman, even if they're not together, because they know that that woman's soul and spirit has to be on a high frequency to do with your child. If you're a real man, you will get that. It won't go over your head. So to the real dads, yo, I honor you. You understand? I honor you. And I realize that we don't get highlighted enough. And we need some dad flags. Yeah. There's Mother's Day, but Mother's Day definitely should be every day. But I feel the same about Dad's Day, but we don't deserve it as much as Mum's yet. So until that comes, let's start highlighting each other as dads and kings, innit? Because there are some real dads. And when the media, because remember the media is against us, when the media keeps talking all this black dads in the families, let's highlight some dads in the families. Come on, let's show them then, innit? Because you can't say they're wrong when their statistics are showing you. Let's show them our statistics, innit? Highlight each other more, praise each other more. Let's do that as kings. I run a brand called Moolah Cake, which started as a clothing apparel in 2013. What can I say? We executed 86 pop-up shops in a year and a half, which is equivalent to just over one a week, as far as Manchester and Birmingham and all around London. And then we launched a children's holiday club, which was one of my sole purposes of getting into business. It was to be able to speak to the youth who are much younger than me and provide them a role model or something to inspire to from a younger age. Start a clothing line, launch a children's holiday club. The parents will trust me because they know me from the brand. The children will trust me because they wear the brand. Then when we start teaching them entrepreneurial skills from a younger age, we can start building young leaders from a much younger age. So my clothing brand quickly turned into the charity side, CIC, which is a children's holiday club, which then turned into a retail shop, which then turned into a community hub and a safe haven because of so much knife crime. We now provide podcast space, creative space, online radio, and business advice and t-shirt printing, should I say. in our community hub based in Fulton Heath. The entertainment company is on a back burner because I realized whilst I was doing music, a lot of my future was dependent upon other artists, meaning my future or my food that was coming on my table was dependent on another human. And I couldn't rely on another human to make sure I get fed, to make sure my children eat. So I quickly changed from entertainment and went into the clothing industry. Our parents and the generations before us, they could do what they could do to provide for us. And times was much different then. You know, there wasn't internet. Racism was at its all-time high. A lot of things was a lot different then. So there's no blaming our generations before. But what I can say is if the generations after us haven't changed, then we can blame this generation because we have a lot of the answers. We are in a life of information where the internet has been born. And there's now so many different opportunities that wasn't there before. So it's about choices that people are making that I can actually state this is the future. The choices that people are making is the future. A Mula Cake, there's loads happening. So let me just give you two breakdowns. One, the 26th of June is our 8th year anniversary, where it's on the 2nd of June, that's our birthday. But on the 26th, we're actually celebrating. We're doing a live cake bake-off. We've got a magician coming, we've got music. One of the big highlights that we're doing is any person who's bought Mula Cake over the last 8 years, we are allowing you to bring in a piece of Mula Cake garment and trade it in for a brand new piece of Mula Cake, totally free. Everyone doesn't want to be the leader. Not saying people ain't leaders in their heart, but they don't want to be the main person. Cool. I'm the main person right now. CSP, Community School Patrol. For those of you that don't know, some of our children have been abducted, some of our children have been sexually assaulted, some of our children are committing crimes, knife crimes, beginning of school, after school, during school, whatever it is. We cannot rely on the government. I'm not saying don't rely on them. I'm just saying we cannot rely on them to deal with our communities and our children. We know how the stance stands already. So I have put together a community school patrol. We have put out a GoFundMe trying to raise £20,000 that will go towards uniforms, DBS checks, first aid, emotional intelligence, and when you break up, I forgot what it's called, but I won't waste time. But this is what the funding will go on. The first patrols will start in Lambeth and in Croydon. Then we're moving over to Hackney, then Enfield, then Southwark, then et cetera, et cetera. We need the support of our own people. Every parent needs to put in £5 because every parent has children going to schools. And we, as the community, a volunteer, a member of a security team, and a member of the Met Police, we will be working together to keep our children safe.